Hello everyone, and today we got ourselves a old mouse, really old mouse, and it's a Logitech Series 9 mouse from around 1989 or so. And I originally got it because I thought it'd be just something kind of cool or whatever to use with my modern computer, as I thought it was PS2. Turns out it is a Microsoft bus mouse, as the connector here, if you're able to see, just bring it up, it has a different pin layout, and it's not compatible with PS2 and requires its own ISA card, or at least that's what I was able to figure out online. And the problem with that is, well, you can't use it on a modern computer then, essentially making this mouse sort of worthless. Not really, because there's probably better mouse or mice that you could use with older computers than this one. So I was wondering, well, what should I do with this thing? And I was going to thinking, well, what if there's some way I could upgrade it? So that's what I had the idea to do. So I went to Walmart and got the cheapest mouse I could find that was also very small in comparison to this mouse right here. My idea is to open this up, take the guts out, and fit them in here. That way it would work with a modern computer, it'd be wireless, and all that jazz. So today we're going to open them up. I had to remove the guts out of here, besides leave the switches in, and then take the guts out of here, put them in here, wire up it so the switches on these two sides connect with these two, and then the scroll wheel button will connect with the button right here. So let's get into the video. So I got the other mouse to the side there. We're going to open this one up first. Luckily it's just 2 screws. Put 2 screws to the side here. Open it up. And there's the inside of a ball mouse if you ever wanted to look. Logitech, as it says. Easily comes out. Also the ball, which you could just twist the bottom piece on here and it comes off. And there we go on the bottom here. It says Logitech 1988. And yeah, on the top shell here. So here we got the guts of our mouse. As you can see, it's very basic because all the processing for these bus mouses was done on the card itself that would have been in the computer. And so it's just the mechanical parts that are featured inside the mouse. So it doesn't look like too much soldering to remove things here. I'll have to remove this, and might be able to get away with leaving some of these components in here. But we should take a look at the other mouse to get an idea of what we're looking at here. I already tested it before doing this to make sure that this mouse works before ripping it apart, and then it doesn't work. Luckily it got some screws. Oh yep, there you go. And there you got your little modern mouse. So cute and tiny. And there's a few more screws in here, so we'll get the guts out. If you're gonna do this yourself, there's 1 screw in here, 1 screw in here. Can't say I'd recommend doing this, as this is just more of a fun, goofy experiment rather than being something practical. So you got your sensor here and the light. Suppose a little plastic piece that sits in here. We'll have to remove the scroll wheel, which easily comes out. And then you got your switch here, and your switch here is featured. And it should easily fall in the shell here. We might be able to get something to work here. That lines up about there. That lines up about that. And this lines up about here. As long as we get the sensor through the bottom here, that's what's important, as we'll just put it on top of that. Is there any other traces that run over the front? Because might be able to get away with cutting the front of the board on here. Alright, so I looked at this mouse some more and messed with it some more. And I was looking at how I could fit this in here, and it looks like I will be able to if I modify this little piece right here, just take it out. For this, I'm gonna start on taking off the components on it, besides for the switches up here. And luckily for these, they're just little holes, so I'll be able to feed some wires through these, as well as right here. And then I should be able to wire them up onto here, and if I need to cut any traces I can. Then I will sit the mouse just back here, and it should feed just through the hole right here, which should go through the bottom and should function as a mouse. So I'm going to start taking off components on here. Alright, so I've been messing with this some more. I finished getting all the components off here. Some of them I had to end up cutting. Most of them I was able to solder out. Well, actually probably more of them I cut out, but that does not matter. Anyways, I got the board set up here to be able to drop this board down on top of it. And my idea is to somehow get part of the shell on here, so that way you can have the battery contacts still in the back here. I might have to make something where I can throw these two AAAs in here in order to power this. With the shell here, metal piece took off somewhere. So this experiment should work, theoretically, where the idea is essentially just drop this in here. But because of all this extra plastic, it does not work like that. So I need to focus on first somehow getting this laser lower in here, as it doesn't show on the screen here, but my mouse does not move at all when it's up this high. Maybe it's because it's sitting so far back. Oh my goodness. But theoretically, if it sits in here like this, the little laser will peek up on the bottom here. But I'm probably gonna have to cut into the circuit board here to drop it down closer, as it should rest perfectly on this little bump up here, and the battery is resting on that. Theoretically, it should be okay here. Then I'll have to throw some glue in here. But first, let me chop up this shell a little bit. Alright, so drop it in here. Theoretically, everything should line up how it should, and there's no mouse movement because it isn't close enough. Alright, up next is to modify the board, apparently. Because if you can see with the mouse here, actually, it lines up about here. If this sits about here, we need more of this to expose here, because it's going to be bumping the switches, so it's going to sit farther back here. It looks like the top part's just a ground plane. Wait, is it just a ground plane? If it's just a ground plane, I can probably just get away with cutting that out, because this is just going to be the two switches right here. I'll put some wires from here and here and here and here, and as well as here and here, up to these switches up here, which looks like that's the case, where I could just get these two, and then whatever one feeds for this one, which I can't see on the side. But that should be pretty simple. I'm just concerned about if I cut it that there's a missing ground then. But how much of an advantage should I get from cutting that? How far does it drop back if I was to cut it? I put it about there. The thing is, it doesn't matter if I cut this PCB because this one really doesn't matter. But I also don't want to start cutting the mouse. I'd rather not. So, let's see here. I'm gonna take this out. And should be able to cut that back a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna drop these switches out. Alright, so I dropped the switches out of the board. This is ground. These I assume are grounds. And then this is just feed wires. They go to the IC here. And that's the antenna coming off here. My question is there the ground runs on the front? Maybe I can get away with just snipping it a little bit shorter. Let's try that. Now, a professional would file this flat, but it should be fine. It should not click, it should just move. Alright, so should be able to throw this back on here. And put this in here. And now, theoretically, we should be able to set this a little bit more forward. Oh yeah, we're doing pretty good now. And then I just gotta oh, that just is part of that. That should just pop out. Alright, so we're messing, we're cutting, we're fiddling here. And just remove this board all the way. And it doesn't see my mouse yet. Oh, there we go. First signs of life of the mouse. I think you can see the mouse moving on here. Maybe. Or is it? There it is. The color spot here. Meaning that I got something aligned here pretty good at least. Most of the sensor should be seeing the table. So I have yet to make sure I get this piece in here flat. I have to lower it. I have to keep working at this to make it a little bit closer, because that's what it seems to be the issue, is it's a little bit too high up where it doesn't see the table that well. So I gotta clean up this a little bit more. I should be able to put this on here. I might have to glue this onto here to the frame. I'm also got to cut the shell of this so I can leave the batteries in here. I also got, this is just the switches now. I removed the rest of the board. It's yeah. So I'm gonna have to put the switches in here. I'm gonna have to goop them in. I'm also got to solder some wires to the switches here, which will go to these two here, here, and here, of course, because I keep saying here, here, and here. Because here, and here. So then I can drop this in here. Have this wired up with this, so it'll line up nice. And then after I get that figured out, goop it all in, some glue, make sure, well, I'll have to make sure it lines up with the switches in front so I can put this shell back on, and then it should be pretty ready to go. Then I'll have it where the tray will still be in here so I can fire in new batteries by just removing the 2 screws that hold on the shell. There'll be plenty of room in here, as this mouse is just big enough. So yeah, I'm going to keep on cutting on this and see what after I've got this finished cutting and trying to put this in. I cut this open a little bit more so the mouse should fit better. I glued this plastic piece on it, so hopefully it will stay in place, and I checked it and it's working. The other mouse still is working. I'm going to have to get some little wires, and I'm going to have to solder them onto these pins on the bottom of these switches. So in place of these switches on here, I was able to line this up correctly so the mouse, the buttons work on the mouse using this piece. So once I get it figured out, I'm going to glue it in. I'm going to use some decently long wire. And so, let me find some wire and start soldering some stuff. Everything glued up here and it's drying. It's not perfectly dry yet, but it's definitely a start. And hopefully I should be able to just drop this on in here. And just it's back right here, and yeah, there you go. We got some mousing action going. Now it still needs to dry a bit more, as it's not done drying. But once this glue finishes drying, I should be able to set this down in the shell here. Well, actually first, I'd have to solder these wires into their proper locations on here. Drop these in, glue this on, put this in, make sure it's glued. Once I drop this in, problem is then everything fitting correctly because of how much the shell pops out at the top here, which means I'm gonna have to chop this up some more, which is fine. Yeah, that's where I'm currently at. And you'll be able to watch me through the time lapse as I go through, chop up the shell some more, and also then go through, solder these in, and then drop them inside the plastic shell here. I want to use the old switches because then they line up with this correctly, because this is very finicky. Especially this piece right here, it likes to catch on the edge if it's not perfectly inside the shell here and not perfectly lined up, as the tabs are pretty small. And yeah, that's where we're at right now, and I will continue on messing, and you can watch as I mess with it, as this is a lot of experimenting and stuff rather than just being directly. This is just a project that I found online. Probably someone's already done this and I don't realize it. But I don't know, I thought this would be something fun. Then after I get all of this done, we are going to play some games with it and some other things, just basic office use, to see if it can game a little bit, because gaming's cool. At least I think so. Alright, so a bit of an update here. We got ourselves a very nice looking mouse here. I got the switches soldered on here through some wires. All the switches are working. Now I just have to transplant this into here. I'm gonna probably have to move the wires all the way. I might have to modify this shell some more because it might stick up a little bit too high. But I'm about to see if that is true. If it doesn't, I can just probably put this stuff in here and make sure everything works and then glue it in. Otherwise, I will have to make it fit. I'll probably, again, have to cut this off a little bit, maybe arch it off a little bit. I need to keep this part of at least this shell here for the battery contacts. I probably could build like a different battery tray for it, sort of in here. But I'd prefer to keep what's already in here, because one, that would I guess out of laziness, so I would just leave it as it is, and just kind of because it's meant to be like that. I don't know how I'd be able to get the batteries in here. I might be able to, if I make my own tray, I might be able to stick something like right here, just slightly above this, and then have 2 wires come out the tray into the contacts, and then wire it up like that. But in this case, if I can get this to fit, that just removes some hassle, and then it's probably a little bit more solid. I don't have any extra battery trays at the moment that I could be able to put in here. It'd be a case if I have to make something, and I'd rather use what I got than try to make something fancy that might not work as well. But at the moment, I'll go up onto the screen here. I don't know if you can see my mouse or not. It should be in the right corner there. Oh, there you go. And then if I right click here, using the little switches, it comes to life. I check the middle one, it opened up a tab or whatever, and then the other one I pause the video or whatever. So yeah, it's coming along pretty well. This is quite a fun project. I guess I wouldn't recommend doing it yourself, as it's been pretty time consuming. It's taken up most of my day to do this, but I feel like it's gonna be a lot of fun, and the results are gonna be pretty rewarding at the end, to have just a really cool mouse that has modern function. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on working, and you'll see the time thing continue. And it is operational, functional, not particularly stylish as of yet, but if we go up here, you should be able to see it moving around. Click and drag, right click, and it's functioning, which is good. I have to glue everything in here. I have to make sure the back of this battery part of the tray here fits in here. I might have to remove more of the board so I can slide it forward just a little bit more, but I have to look and see what's going on with that. It seems like it's gonna be a success. Then I got the shell to put on top, which again I have to line these up and glue it in, but it doesn't necessarily fit right yet. There's a little bit of space on the inside of the shell to give it a little bit more height if I need, which is good, which I probably will need. I have to put switches, and yeah. So that's where I'm at the moment. So, one more part of the time lapse, and hopefully I will have it put together so I can put the shell on, and we'll do some, play some games or whatever on here. So, I'll let it keep recording while I finish it off. There we go. Mouse is now done. It moves, it clicks. All the buttons work. Sensitivity is as good as the mouse was itself. I will go over here and pull up onto the screen here to wiggles. And it's fully working. So essentially now I got ourselves a modded mouse, which is cool. Now, I don't plan to really use this until I let the glue dry, as there's quite a bit of it on the inside. Because, well, I don't have any sort of 3D printer to make it a little bit more official or nicer. So, essentially I'm just relying on the glue to dry right now. So, I'm going to be, in a few hours, I'm going to try it out. Again, we're going to try some games or whatever and see how well it works. I don't expect the performance to be great, as the mouse itself, the optical one or whatever that I put in here was not great. So yeah, hopefully good results. Alright, so, why do I keep saying alright, jeez. So, the mouse has finished drying the glue on the inside or whatever, as it's been quite a few hours later. So, I figured we would take it out for a test drive, and because apparently the only thing that people my age play is CSGO, that's what I'm going to play. And Fortnite, because we don't play other games like that, I guess. At least that's what I've been told. So, we are going to do some gaming. And in most cases, I am not going to do so good, because I am not very good at video games like this. More of a Pikmin guy. So, without further ado, got the game loaded up here. So, well, that did not go as planned. Alright, so we got this going here, and and see how well I can do with this mouse. It's been quite a bit since I played. Let's see here. I think this is a good one. And everyone went that way, I guess. This is just a practice thing. Not really good at the game anyways, so. Oh, yeah, you got him. Let's see here. Oh, I got them. What button is it for the bomb? Wait, I'm on some sort of text thing here. B, nope. I'm doing something wrong here. C, F. Oh, I dropped the bomb. Oh, somebody else gets it. I'll try to shoot some people. Oh, I dropped my gun again. Mouse gun sucks. Oh, there it goes. I guess it takes its time to do something there. Oh, there's dead guys over here. A lot more of a Pikmin guy rather than playing something like this. Pew pew pew. I did beat Half-Life though, so I guess I'm pretty good. But this mouse is rocking actually. I'm pretty impressed. See, no. I keep throwing the bomb. I thought it was a button for the bomb. Or is it just I hold the button here? Oh. I swore it was like a button the last time I played, but on the keyboard. But I guess that goes to show how long it's been since I played. Oh, there's someone over there. Pew. Maybe I should use the sniper. No, this is not the sniper too. I'll use that one. Maybe we'll kind of prove how good this mouse is. Oh, there's someone right there. Got him. Oh. And pew. Missed. Oh, that's what that one crouches. Alright. Oh, they're there. Oh, lost tracking. Shoot. Oh. Oh, pink. Do. I think it would be. Oh, pew pew pew. Well, time to do a real match. Back to menu here. Wow, loaded up fast. Oh. Anyone there? Anyone here? Oh, there's someone over here. Oh, got him. No, didn't get them. Oh, shoot. Someone shot me. Oh, pew 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 pew. Makes the little thing smaller when I crouch. Pew. There you go. Got him. Oh, I did something. Shoot. Oh. Pew 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 pew. There you go. Wow. Does it just delay or something? That was weird. It's pretty funny how bright it shines. Got him. They didn't even see it coming. 2 kills in a row. Must be good. Even just moving slow here, sometimes I swear it just skips a beat or something. The sender's right here. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, receiver not centered. receiver that tells it whatever. Oh, there's someone here, and I'm dead. Well, I gotta say that's a pretty good gaming experience with this thing. Hey, I should probably try some other game with it. Yeah, I'll try. How about Minecraft? Alright, so now we are Minecrafting. I've actually played this game recently, as my good buddy likes to play this game. So, we shall try to build something on here. And we are in creative mode, and I haven't played in creative mode in a long time. Oh, it just gives you all the stuff. Well, we're going to build a house with lots of wood. It's gonna be weird that there's no scroll wheel. Oh. Boing, boing, boing. Oh wait, you fly, I forgot. We're gonna build a tree house. Ooh. There you go. Things are a little stuttery as everything loads in. Oh, cool, there's a mansion. Let's go take a look at that. Maybe there's something good in there. Never seen one of those before. I used to play quite a bit a while ago, but now recently just been playing a decent amount with my friend because he likes this game. Okay. Probably it looks like there's a guy in there. I will have to get, there should be sword, netherite. Alright, that does more damage, I guess. And how about that? And that should be 7. Alright, let's break through the window. Yeah, I can't break through the window. I really can't break through the window, I guess. Let's hop inside. Can we get in the house here? Should be a way in. Oh, spider webs I need to clean up more often, I guess. Let's get... Yeah. Must have been something added in the game. Oh, let me drop down. Oh, no, man. Alright, and then... I don't know why I'm attacking them. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't attack them. They seem like they're not hurting me, so it's fine. Oh, they got a flower. Pretty. I gotta say, again, mouse is doing pretty good. Sometimes it loses tracking, but I got a feeling that's just related to the fact that that was an $8 mouse that I essentially put in here. Oh, must be a bad guy. Oh, there's a skeleton. So yeah. I gotta say that's a pretty good summary that, yeah, essentially modified a mouse here, or upgraded a mouse here from being a mouse that would only work with old computers and it's just not necessarily useless, but its use is pretty limited. Now it's been upgraded, so it's now an optical mouse. And I bet if you got like a really good mouse, like some sort of like good like Razer one or Logitech one, and put it in here, you'd probably do a bit better. It'd have to be like a really small one, but yeah, there you go. That is upgrading a old mouse with a new mouse. So yeah, that was the mouse being upgraded, and now it fully functions as a new mouse. So I want to thank you all for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you like this kind of tech stuff. One new video every week, or at least I try. And yeah, maybe take a look at some of my software videos. Those are quite a bit of fun to install that old software on Windows 11, or I don't know. You might find something. So yeah, thank you.